Hello everybody, this is Eagz. In today's video I just want to go through it's just kind of like a macro video I guess, because micro, as you can tell from the scoreboard, well, we don't really have enough gold and items and kills right to really pop off this game in 1v9. So this video will hopefully teach you how to win games when you aren't fed, when you don't have an amazing early game. It happens. And it happens actually most of the time I find anyone shacko because people are just aware of what you're doing. And especially early on, if you're versing half-decent plays, you might get invaded, and you have to start at blue buff, and because you have blue buff, you're less of an impact. These things, right? Most of the time, that's going to be the case. So how do we win a game like this? Let's get into it. The first thing you have to understand, okay, about win conditions, the way you find them is by looking at the scoreboard. Remember, your team, 5 champions, those are really like the only things that matter, right? So we have to understand on our team who's got the most gold, because whoever has the most gold is the strongest. We want to play through that champion. Lots of people have the idea in their head that, oh my god, my bot lane 0-5, I need to save them. There's no saving a 0-5 bot lane, they're already fucked. Try to come up with a way of investing or getting even more value into your hot property. So in this game, who is the hottest property? It's the Volibear, right? He is super fed. He's the only champion in a game with a mythic item, and because I press tab, I know that he's the champion I want to be near in this game. Let's continue this, let me just mute this. So let's get into it. Let's see what we do here. So again, each time I'm clicking or doing something, I'm looking at the minimap, and I see that lots of their champions are bot. Now, as soon as Volibear gets into lane here, I know that I have an opportunity to do something very soon. Now, this concept to me is actually like a very important one that lots of people don't really understand, and it's so simple to me. Pretty much, right? Lots of people here might run to Rift Herald. The reason why doing Rift Herald right away isn't that great is because Volibear and Echo are still farming waves. You want to wait until they've got priority first. So until Volibear gets to lane and shoves that out, and maybe fights Camille for a bit, I'm not going to start the Rift Herald because maybe I have to 1v1 the enemy jungler for 10 seconds. Or I can just wait, right, do Gromp, and all of a sudden Volibear comes down. This is me skipping it 10 seconds. And Volibear comes down after the wave shoves. Also, if like my bot lane wasn't fighting, Echo can come up top right through here after he gets priority. So you're trying to time the dragon or the objective, the Rift Herald, the Baron, with your teammates, and almost as if they're like in line with you. You don't want to be in a formation, I guess, like this, right? So if I'm going to start the Rift Herald here, I don't want Volibear to be here, and he's got a wave to deal with. I don't want Echo to be here, and he's got a wave he wants to deal with. I want them to be active. Active pretty much just means in lane, or just anywhere on the map where they are doing something, right? Like getting golden experience. This is not active. That's not active. So when your teammates are inactive, be very careful about making plays, yeah, from the equator of the Rift onwards. Okay? So here we just have a Rift Herald, right? Quite simple. Also, Kane being bot helps in this situation. I've got some tuna and rice here, chat. Just said chat as if I'm fucking streaming. Give me a break. Give me a minute. Yeah. Now, so Rift is free. Now, after I get Rift, my thought process here is, okay, I can run the dragon, and I might have a free dragon, because Echo has priority. My bot lane has priority. But when I see the Volibear doing this to Camille, I want to make sure, because remember, he is the hot property. Sorry for speaking with my mouth full. Manners are terrible. I want to make sure this guy does not get touched, because if they kill him, they get a lot of gold. Shutdown, right? This type of stuff. If they kill, like, the least fed person on my team, I don't really fucking care. Kill the 0-4 champion. No worries. But I want to protect the champion who has the most gold on my team. If I'm the champion with the most gold, I will legit just run at the enemy jungler non-stop. Yeah? Like, you just play the game as if no one else existed on your team. You just run at any enemy champion you see. But when you're not fed, you have to play tactically and smart. This is the way you do it. So as soon as I see Kane here, camera is fucking terrible. Like, look at my camera. As if, like, if I'm going to coach someone here, this doesn't mean anything. Let's press Y or F1 or recenter spacebar, which it is for most people. And if I was really smart there as well, I would Q over the W. I would hang here until he's like on the blast cone and hit the blast cone. Volibear kills. Or, you know, Kane ults or has the flash. Something good happens. So, kind of bad mechanically. In fact, that was really fucking bad. But the point here, guys, is like, don't worry about my mechanics. I'll admit they're fucking bad in this game. We're worrying about the macro and where I am. And because we fight here with Echo, who's doing well, we've got Volibear, who's level 10, right, and super fed. The only thing that can happen here is something good, right? As you can see. Something good is the only thing that can happen. That was like kind of like a cheeky auto attack. That was actually quite nice, and we played that quite well, right? I know Karthus as well doesn't have ultimate because he used it before. And all of a sudden, you see in the right of your screen, the Volibear gets the kill, I get the assist. Because I understand how to fucking win a game when I'm not super farmed. Now, what do we do in this situation? Because here, I have Duskblade, right? Let me just think about this. Okay, I think I have Duskblade, maybe, I think I have it now, but I just want to make sure I've got it by getting Crab. I actually don't know the gold value, which is really, really bad. But yeah, we end up getting the Scuttle Crab. And after a play like this happens, right, where you've got gold, and think about this as well, Volibear just got like a kill or two, same with Echo. They're both low, they've just used ults and stuff, we're all kind of low. We need to think about resetting here. I'm just doing the crab, so I get this, because it's like there's no way they can do the dragon if I take this crab. I mean, maybe they could, but it's way more risky, right? I also know at this point, I just want to clear some vision. Ezreal's going to Q me, I just walk back, and I should be looking for some sort of reset here, and I do, right? So we get Duskblade, it's 900, there you go. So I could have even recalled before doing the crab. I just wanted to do the crab, because then that means they can't counter us by doing the dragon, we would know. At a base here, what do you think the objective is? Obviously, it's going to be Drake, right? I actually can't remember what I ping here. I think this might be later in the game. But at this point, right, when we run to Dragon, I actually want Volibear to come with me. The reason for this is because if we do, I mean, maybe we won't actually, like, fight here. Okay, now we will definitely win because Echo gets a kill. But if we didn't win this fight, you should be pinging your top laner who's super fed like this to come to Dragon. Because if the Camille, right, who's like 0-4 in this game or something, gets like 2 tower plates and, 2-3 waves, if we win like this 5v4, then the game is just over, right? Camille is still going to be so far behind, it doesn't matter what she actually gets top. So think about that, guys. If you think the numbers at Dragon are going to be even, 4v4, and your top lane is running out of base or is recalling, tell them to come to Dragon with you. If they're like, in this game where Volibear is super fed. Now, after this Dragon, you might think to yourself, well, I need to go topside here, because Volibear's top, right? It's kind of like the concept we've talked about. The issue with going top, though, beforehand, I was topside. Can you remember why I was topside? What was I doing in this area? What did we do? Right, I did Rift Herald, yeah? I did Rift Herald. And after Rift, I see Volibear fighting the Camille, and I'm like, wow, he's really, like, pushed up here. But I see every other champion apart from the jungler. I just want to make sure the jungler doesn't mess with Volibear and maybe kill him. I do. We protect him. Now, there's no rift. So what do you think the objective is on the map? Are we going to play for anything over here? On top side of the map? The answer is to play for this bot tower. This is the most attainable objective on this map at the moment. So when there is no river objective, guys, the next easiest objective to get is an outer tier 1. One of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these. Okay? So when you see this tower here on its own, you should get it. The mid tower is harder to break because it's just in the middle of the map, right? It's kind of convenient to be there. It's just easier for champions to defend because of its geography. This one, because it's in a side lane, it's harder to defend because it's so far away, I guess, from actual resources on the map. So we should be thinking about hitting this. So that's in my head at the moment, and let's see what we do. So we're going to do red buff. And I could maybe think about recalling, it depends on, like, because Echo's running out of base. Volibear does end up dying here. So maybe I should ping the Volibear. That as well, guys, like, you might think here, right? See how the Kayn and Camille kill the Volibear? That's actually on me, so this is my bad. You see, like, how I don't ping, and I probably should. But that is on me here. I know the Kayn and Camille are going to try kill the Volley. It's all of, like, Volibear as well should just know that. Because the issue there is that we're not really trading anything on the other side of the map at the moment. Right? It's not like I'm killing the Ezreal under the tower instantly. It's not like we're getting a bot tower and Volibear's whole bot side. I'm still doing my Krugs. So really, we're not trading anything for Volibear's death. It's fine if he dies, but we need to get something in return. So to get something in return here, I have to kill the Ezreal. And guess what? He's based on this outer tier turret, which we want to get, right? Based on like what we talked about earlier. And you might think this death from me is bad. Honestly, it's really not that bad. I think looking back at this, you might think, well, I'm already level 9, right, after red buff. You can see how I'm level 9 here. Why don't we just hit bot right away? Do I really need to do Krugs? It's honestly like a talking point. The issue here might be that the Echo is like recalling and, you know, you might 3v2, but 3v2 is good enough. So maybe just running straight bot tower here is actually good. But this play where I die is more than fine because Tristana will hopefully get the tower on the next wave. I actually think Swain kills her maybe. I can't remember what happens. But this is one of the most important points as well, right? You see like how this like play is happening bot. Remember the objective. It's not anything top side of the map still. Rift Herald was taken like a couple of minutes ago, yeah? So nothing top interests me at the moment. Even if Volibear is there, all he has to do is just not die and run it down and we're sweet. So in this game right now, again, it's just that bot tower. I want to get rid of it, and then the rest of the map, we can just, you know, work kind of sequentially through it. Echo gets mid tower, which is really, really nice. And out of base here, you see how I was pathing top? Because if you look at this, oh my god, just go like this. You'll be, you know, level 10, and you'll be farmed, you'll have gold. But nah. This looks immediate. This is calling the Shack to action. Look at what's going on here. There is action in the bot lane. It is near the objective I want to get. Do I have like enough power to kill people? Yes, I do. So my top side of the map as well, remember guys, like my top side of the map is never going to get taken by Kayn because look at the vision we have. We have Volibear there as well. My whole top side's protected. So I can do the dirty work bot while Volibear does whatever the fuck he wants to do top. Now, obviously I show here on vision, that's why Kayn runs up and I obviously know this, so just E him straight away. We get the kill on him and then I move up again, right? I'm looking for this bot tower. Look at Tristana's HP as well. She's super low. There is nothing stopping Kayn from running through here, and you see how here I actually ping this? So again, it's just understanding like what you're trying to do based on like the objective on the map, being in that area, because I'm not fucking fed here. Like I'm 1-1-4. It's not like I'm 10-0-1. Right? It's not like I have a mythic, 10 minutes like the Volibear did. So you have to understand, guys, about like what is important. You see how we get this tower here as well. So even though Tristana bases and oh my god, I'm a jungler, I'm in lane, that's the objective. That's the easiest one to get. And see how easy it is? It wasn't really that hard, right? Now, let's have a think. What are we playing for after this? Look at the Volibear, the lunatic. He's at an inhib tower already. Okay. Here, I should actually just recall, I think. I don't know the dragon timer. But if we think about this game, Dragon and Rift is what we really should be thinking about. If Dragon and Rift we're not thinking about, because I think they're going to spawn in like maybe 2 minutes or something. This tower would be the easiest. Can you guys see this? So this tower is gone, right? That's gone. Then we look in the same line of towers. So tier 2s. Mid. Ah, that's the hardest one to get. Ah, but this one's up. That's the easiest to get. So if there was no Dragon or no Rift, that's the objective we would be looking at. Okay? Let's skip this because we need to know like kind of what gold on. So I end up doing Krugs here. Why? I mean, Sheen Longsword actually looks alright. Maybe I deliberately did that so I have a Sheen and a Longsword. If I recall before, I just get a Sheen and have 200 left over, right? Ah, you see Rift Herald is spawning soon. Look where my mouse is pointing. So at the Rift Herald. I should actually just ping here. So maybe I was pinging because I pinged on the way, right? So I'm guessing I've pinged where I'm going on the map and we can see the timers here. The Rift is in 20 seconds, Dragon is in a minute 40. I've easily got enough time to go from Rift to Drake or to do whatever I want to do, right? So here, we're going to ping on the way to Rift. And the next thing I'm going to show you guys, see again, how I'm in this area and the enemy team can't really do anything. And we get a nice kill on Ezreal, very nice. And we end up getting a free Rift, right? Even here as well, lots of people, so after this kill, would have just like kept chasing. I can't kill anyone else, guys. I don't have a fucking Q for 7 seconds. Karthus is already like a screen away. I know Echo is there, but they should be sweet, right? Like Ezreal's dead, Karthus is so weak, they should be sweet. I'm going to go straight to Rift and get this. Hopefully that makes sense. And then after this, what do? Dragon is up soon, so we could always go to Dragon. But here I kind of want to like pressure the mid tower, and I actually should have dropped this here. I just thought we were going to get this without me using Rift Herald, right? So I definitely should drop the Rift here because we end up like kind of taking a little bit of time. Here, though, because Tristana, I believe, has got that mid tower, I'm taking the jungle camps. So if your teammates can do one job, look for another job or, like, kind of gold you can do yourself. Just efficient, right? You don't want more than the required number of champions to do something, right? Just team efficiency, I guess. Obviously, we've got the dragon up here, and I didn't really need to do dragon straight away. And again, look what is happening on the map here, guys. I see that Volibear is there. There he is. Look at him go. This dude is fucking super fat, right? And he's kind of overextended. If I like pause it here, look at the map. He is the furthest one up. So remember, the equator of the rift, right, is like this. That's not accurate, but it's like this. Just a line coming from top left to bottom right. All of these lines, right, like where the towers are, so tier 2s, tier 1s, you have to think how far up your teammates are. This guy's the most killable because he's the furthest up, right, on the map. And because he's the most fed, I do not want him to die for free. So I can just chill here. I've also got stuff I can do. I can drop the Rift Hell to get in the tower quicker. I can then do Gromp, right, so Kane's whole bot side is gone. Dragon is still going to sit there. Dragon, no fucking worries about it. I can do that whenever I want. Maybe I do it now, but there's a fight mid, so we end up going mid. And this will be the last thing we look at, guys. In fact, I might actually show you one more thing, because I'm pretty sure I control the volley bear to an extent. So we end up killing the Ezreal, and then Camille. I'm scared of a hook shot, so we end up ulting perfectly, and then thankfully our ult comes off, and it's actually like a really nice play, and we queue backwards. Okay, so that was really nice. Let me just see if we do, if we ping the volley bear here. Do I ping it? Do I ping it or do I not? I do not ping it. But in another game, it was, I played like 4 or 5 games on stream tonight. In another game, it was Dragon, right? And the wave was so far pushed that Volibear did not need to go top straight away. Or like my top laner who was doing well. He can afford to come to Dragon, to 4v3 it, to 5v4 it. And we just win. Okay. So hopefully, guys, this gave you an insight into like how to win games when you're not super fed as a jungler. They will happen a lot of the time, so it's important you guys can press tab and identify win conditions. And yeah, hopefully the video is useful. If you want to see more, leave a like. Any questions about the game or what I talked about, leave them in the comment section. So yeah, Patreon links down below and all that stuff. Right, see you in the next vid.